Hey guys, it's Joe, and I'm back with Q&A number 4 on our Fan Appreciation Week. These are questions that you guys, our Facebook community, our Patreon supporters, have asked us to answer, right? Regarding lots of things related to the show. We've already covered some of your questions regarding the original kits on the show. The semi, replicas, even Team Knight Rider. Today we're going to talk about original props outside of the original cars. So with that, let's get started. So question number 1. More history on the Season 3-4 dash, please. Who designed it? When did they start working on it? Were there any other ideas they had, such as early concepts? Yeah, so the Season 3 and 4 dash was designed by Michael Chaffee, the same person who designed KITT's original dash. The difference was Chaffee did not build the Season 3 and 4 dash. He built, he and his team built the original dash as well as designed it. For Season 3, when they were redesigning it, they brought him in to do the sketches, and then the dash was built in-house at Universal Studios prop department. So when did they start working on it? My guess is probably during the hiatus between Season 2 and 3. That'd probably be a good guess. Were there any other ideas that they had, such as early concepts? We do know, yes, there were. So for any of you who have been to a Knight Rider show that Michael Chaffee speaks at, not even Knight Rider, I think he's done this presentation at maybe some other shows as well. But he shows some of his original artwork on these presentations, and it's a situation where you can't record it, you can't take pictures, so we're not going to show you any of that stuff. But he does show early concept sketches for the Season 3 and 4 dash. I'm trying to think of the things that come to mind right now. I know on the steering wheel, he had the normal auto pursuit lights or buttons on the steering wheel itself. The green LEDs on the side were originally red, and they flipped up to be a trigger for something. Different things like that. But I think even his earliest sketches, I believe, only ever had the one TV. I don't think he was still toying with having 2 TVs in there. So if you ever make it out to one of the shows and Michael Chaffee is there, chances are pretty good that you'll get to see those sketches. What do you know about the props in the semi? A ton about the props in the semi. So they were all rented from an outfit called Modern Props. Modern Props just went out of business, I think, last year. They had a big auction and went out of business. But the show Knight Rider rented those props from Modern Props. Anything sci-fi related, computer gadgets, walls with switches and lights, all that stuff that you saw in all those shows in the 70s and 80s, and even in Star Trek, came from Modern Props. And, specifically when you think about the semi, at least for me, there's a couple specific pieces you think of, right? Number 1 is the boomerang unit, which is what we call it, on the back wall of the semi. The tall unit that you see blinking in the background right beside the door to get to the back of the semi. That was a Modern Prop piece. They built at least 2 of those, but only one, 2 of the boxes, the same size boxes, but each one was unique in the electronics and the lights and everything that they had in it. So they had one that looked exactly like the one in Knight Rider, which was the one in Knight Rider, but they had another one that was of a similar shape, but different lights, and I don't know if they had more than 2. They might have had more than 2. So in 2012, at the Knight Rider reunion, we had a chance to see the boomerang unit up close, really, really up close, and it was awesome. And we are going to be building one on this channel at some point in the not too distant future, so you're going to want to check that out. That'll be pretty awesome. We managed to track down all of the original components, including one that's impossible to find, so you're going to love that. The other one I think of is the white drop-down computer unit that's right above KITT, that analyzer. That's Modern Props as well. And they have the smaller unit that moves around, the blinky light panel on the wall. All that's from Modern Props. So when Modern Props had their auction last year, they sold off everything except the custom electronic stuff that they have. So they kept all that stuff, and last I heard, their plan was to donate all that to a museum at some point. So hopefully one day this stuff will end up in a museum where we can actually go and see these props. In your workshop, you have a mag wheel from what looks like custom kit. Is it original? Yes. No, it's not. I wish it was. No. So the story behind that mag wheel is I was in a junkyard 10, 12 years ago, and I had a whole bunch of parts. I was stripping a Trans Am for parts. And as I was walking out, there was a pile of mag wheels, just scrap for scrap. And that one wheel caught my eye, obviously, because of custom kit. And there was only one. There weren't four, unfortunately, but there was that one. It was just laying there right at the edge. So I said, how much? I asked the guy how much he wants for it, and he said like $5, something ridiculous. So I grabbed it. I thought it's a neat piece, but no, unfortunately, it wasn't used in the show. But interestingly enough, those mag wheels, going back to what we were talking about in our last episode about David's Recaro Trans Am, he had those Recaro Trans Ams. He had those same mag wheels on his Recaro, which I thought was interesting. Actually, it makes you wonder, when custom kit ended and they didn't have any more, when they finished filming it and they didn't have any more use for those rims, I wonder if David's like, hey, can I have those for my car? And they put them on his car. I don't know, maybe. All right, next question. Oh, this kind of relates to what we were just talking about. The green lens on the steering wheel. How many wheels had it, and was it an indicator for something? Maybe within the Knight Rider universe, it was an indicator for something, but in reality, it was just to add more blinking lights to the dash. Like I said, Chaffee's original intention was to have that flip up and be a trigger for something, but that never occurred. As far as how many wheels had that, I believe only two. There's the wheel that was in the hero car, had the green inserts, and then the wheel that was on the insert dash had the green inserts. The wheel so the wheel that was in the hero car with the green inserts is still in the hero car today, which is awesome. We don't know where the other one is. The right-hand blind drive car also had the steering wheel. It had the indents for where the green LEDs would go, but they weren't in there. So it was from the same mold, but they never put the green inserts in there. But if you watch the show, you can see a little bit of that. I think that's it. They never bothered putting that wheel in any of the other cars because they weren't going to see them up close. So just two of those wheels existed at the time. One is still known to exist today. What color lights were used in the original scanner, white or red? You know, that's something I never really thought about. Because I suppose some people could think that they were red halogen bulbs, but they weren't. They were clear. We own, was it 2 scanners? 3? I can't remember. We have a few original scanners. And they're always the clear bulbs, 55 watt halogen bulbs. And in front of them is the red plexi, acrylic lens. We have seen an original scanner that also has a milky white translucent lens behind the white one to kind of diffuse the light, but we've also seen them without that. So take your pick. But yeah, I don't think they were ever red bulbs. They were always the clear bulbs. All right. So what happened to the beautiful model of kit that Julie sculpted in Blind Spot? Don't know. Maybe the person that sculpted it took it back. I bet you it's still out there somewhere. I bet you it's either someone involved with the show, either the person that sculpted it or whoever has it. If they died, maybe it's sitting in a box somewhere. I mean, who knows? But I bet you it's still out there. That was a pretty cool model. I'd love to have that model. But all right. Well, that was a short one. There weren't too many questions about the original props outside of kit. Most of them were focused on kit. So I think we'll leave that there. And tomorrow we're going to wrap up our Fan Appreciation Week with our last set of questions that you guys asked regarding the production of the series in general. So, as always, thanks for watching. Please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate it. It helps us tremendously. Also, share our videos, please. And, if you're interested, join our Patreon community. We share exclusive videos, exclusive photos that you won't see anywhere else. We also give you early access to all our videos, and who knows what else we'll do, right? Because we appreciate our supporters over there. We appreciate all of you, actually. So, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you next time.
And now, while we listen to Joe's selection of Knight Rider music that we received directly from Don Peak himself, we'd like to thank these Patreon supporters. Look at you guys scrolling up the screen to my right. Wait a minute, how can you tell which side is my right, since you can't see me because I'm not on camera? Oh well, you know what I mean. We're featuring these fine supporters at our Knight Rider Prop Restorer level. Thank you very much for your support. And for those of you at the Knight Rider History Hunter level, we're recognizing you right now in the description. Now, if you enjoyed seeing this golden nugget of Knight Rider history being rescued from obscurity, then please consider supporting us on Patreon. Your support would empower us to bring you even more of these historical nuggets. We are the Knight Rider Historians. Till next time, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.